I mean, everybody's like, man, they know he got no chance. Tank told you a couple of days earlier, hey, you're not going the distance. Y'all shake, Freddie Lewis, 250, whatever the case may be. You go into that fight, you know Tank's a slow starter, builds up as the fight progresses. Know he's trying to land, hook to the body, come up top with it. I thought even without the knockdown, I thought he won it. I thought he had, I mean, look, I know Tank landed punches, but
because he was aggressive.
Roach was the more aggressive fighter.
We will never see that fight happening again. It just will not happen. Gervonta Tank Davis doesn't like hard fights. It's that simple. We've seen it over and over. He fought a Ryan Garcia drained. He fought a very inexperienced Rolly Romero.
Shannon Sharpe strongly criticized GervontaDavis for not agreeing to a rematch with Lamont Roach. He said the fight should happen because Roach might have won if the knockdown had been counted. Sharpe accused Davis of avoiding tough opponents and said it's time for him to face real challenges and give fans the rematch they want.
If they have a rematch.
Yeah, I mean, they have to, huh? Hey,
but look, there's enough fighters in that class. You got Lomachenko, you got Shakur, you got Haney, you got Garcia, you got Tank, you got Roach. Come on, man, make these damn fights happen. Stop ducking and dodging each other. What the...
Sharpe's criticism carries even more weight because even Tank himself admitted that Lamont Roach is the more skilled fighter.
Press conference, and you looked at him and you said, you really should have waited. You took this fight too early. You really should have waited. That's what you told him before the fight, and then you went and put him to sleep. This cat right here, Lamont Roach, he ain't saying something like that about you, is he? He's not doing that, is he?
No, but Lamont had more experience than Roach. I mean, I'm bugging. Lamont had more skills than Frank Martin, for sure.
Okay, I got you.
Many boxing fans and experts believe GervontaDavis will likely avoid a rematch with Lamont Roach since he has a history of avoiding tougher matches. This idea is backed up by his past choices, like not going for a second fight with Ryan Garcia or other risky opponents in his career.
We will never see that fight happening again. It just will not happen. Gervonta Tank Davis doesn't like hard fights. It's that simple. We've seen it over and over. He fought a Ryan Garcia drained. He fought a very inexperienced Rolly Romero. He will not fight Devin Haney. He will not fight Shakur. He will not fight Pitbull Cruz again. He will not fight Lamont Roach again. He will not fight Tefimo. He will not fight Ino. He will not fight those guys. That's just not who Tank is.
Davis's weak performance against Lamont Roach left many fans disappointed and questioning if he's still at his best. The fact that his longtime trainer, Calvin Ford, was absent only added to the speculation that Davis struggled without his guidance. Some believe Ford's departure affected Davis's sharpness in the fight.
So Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach goes to a majority decision draw, with Tank retaining his WBA lightweight title. Now, I did not score this fight a draw. I had it 7-5 to Lamont Roach. I thought he had the ring generalship and effective pressure. He was landing the jab and effective combinations. Tank, as usual, had a very low output, and he was relying on one big shot. I gave Roach the first 3 rounds, Tank the next 3 rounds, and then Roach 4 the last 6 rounds to win the fight. Not to mention, Tank did take a knee in the middle of the fight. By rule, that should have been considered a knockdown. Yes, it was to get his mouthpiece, and that's why they didn't rule it a knockdown. But anytime a fighter takes a knee, that's a knockdown. And that would have given Roach 1 more point to win the fight. Now, I'm sure they'll run it back. I mean, Lamont Roach absolutely deserves a rematch. He just had the fight of his life. He wasn't scared to go toe-to-toe with Tank. Landing his combinations, the bigger counters, and the more effective shots. He definitely deserves a second payday. Now, in the co-main event, Gary Antoine Russell put on an amazing performance. I think he won 11 or 12 rounds against Raya Valenzuela. Great hand speed, good combinations, masterclass to win the WBA title. And then in the featured bout, Alberto Puello beat Sandor Martin to retain his WBC title. He landed the cleaner left hands, definitely won the last 2 to 3 rounds to edge the fight. But overall, good card. I do think Roach won the fight though.
Keyshawn Davis criticized Tank Davis, saying he lacked focus during the fight against Lamont Roach. He suggested that Tank's mind wasn't fully in the ring, which may have hurt his performance. Many fans agree, believing that outside distractions played a role in his struggles during the highly anticipated fight.
I feel like Tank overall, like the bigger picture, he just wasn't focused for real. He, doing a lot of arguing in the ring and just a lot of stuff that wasn't like, he wasn't just focused. He wasn't all the way locked in the ring. You heard him say something like, it's a lot of things going on outside the ring that he was leading up to the fight, and shit, that's natural, it's normal. Shit, I was going through the same thing with this last fight, so I just feel like he just wasn't focused.
The first fight between Tank Davis and Lamont Roach drew a lot of attention, reaching a pay-per-view PPV by rate of 149,000. While this was a decent number, it fell short of expectations, leading to discussions about what affected the event's commercial success.
So, Rick Glazer is reporting that Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach sold 149,000 pay-per-view buys. And he tweeted this report at Turkey Ala Sheik. Coincidence? Truthful? Do you trust Rick Glazer's reporting on this issue? If you do, let me know why. If you don't, let me know why not. But you best believe I have a long video coming on this later today. Y'all be sure to check that out. We'll see y'all soon. Peace.
Before their first fight, Lamont Roach made sure the contract included a clause for an immediate rematch. He expressed his eagerness to fight Davis again, but made it clear that the rematch would happen only if Davis's team agreed.
I just so happen to be a boxing fan that the fact that I do watch him fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really like boxing.
Are you open to immediate rematch?
In my contract, immediate rematch was signed. I signed for the immediate rematch when I signed for the first fight.
Right.
Just in case he lost or just in case it was a draw.
So when you got a rematch clause, how long we taking?
It's up to the A side and when they want to fight. So I'm thinking it's going to be soon. I'm hoping it's going to be soon. Let's say that.
What is soon to you? When you say soon to me, I'm thinking a month.
I'm thinking July.
I'm thinking July for sure.
When asked about a rematch with Roach, GervontaDavis seemed unsure. He said he didn't expect it to happen this year, leaving fans and analysts speculating about his future plans.
Do you want that rematch next? And if so, how likely it is that we're to see that fight happen again this year?
I'm not sure, bro. I'm definitely not sure, but hopefully we could get it before. Nah, it probably won't be this year.
Is that the one you want next?
It's definitely the one I want next, but it's not gonna be next.
What is?
You might see it in a minute. You definitely might see it in a minute.
Henry Garcia, a well-known figure in the boxing community, doubted Davis's performance against Roach. He pointed out that the absence of Davis's longtime trainer, Calvin Ford, may have affected him. Garcia also suggested that outside issues might have influenced Davis during the fight.
There's no way you could say Tank won. There's no way.
Do you think that he's diminished in some way, or do you think that just mentally he just wasn't there for the fight?
Well, a little bit of both. His age is catching up to him. His legs aren't there as he used to be. And, he switched his trainer, that's could be another factor.
With Barry Hunter being the head trainer and Coach Calvin being outside.
Yeah, but he snapped at Calvin too. So that's, there was something going on. I really don't know, and I couldn't really speculate on that because I don't know. But I know that something was bothering Tank because Tank is a good fighter and he's out to hurt you, but hey, Lamont Roach stood his ground, and he did a great job.
With growing doubts about Gervonta Davis's performance and his willingness to take on tough rematches, fans are left wondering what's next for him. Will he step up to the challenge or continue avoiding high-risk fights? Only time will tell. Don't forget to subscribe for more boxing updates, analysis, and the latest news.